Hey there, good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I am the host of this show. So, this is the beginning of a new mini series. It'll go Monday to Friday this week. This will be the first episode. All the episodes will come out at noon. It's pretty much the same as I did when I did the other series about a couple weeks ago. Everything came out at noon. This one's not going to be any different. So, this is basically going to be a series on Neil Young, which will be called My 5 Favorite Albums by Neil Young, featuring Neil Young, if you want. There is at least one album in this list that is not a Neil Young album, but he's on it and I like it, so I'm putting it on my list. So, the first album we're going to talk about, and before I get started, I'm just going to flip my notes here in case I need them. So, this is the first album. This is Chrome Dreams from Neil Young. So this came out a few years back. I think it was 23. Just looking here, looking. Doesn't say, of course. And why do I always look? I know it's not going to say. Anyways, I believe it was in 2023 they put this out. But this album is actually from 1977 originally. So the history of this album is, I've got this little thing on the, all of the tracks that were released and all of the lyrics written by Neil or typed by Neil, I guess, or by whoever. Yeah, it says it was released back in 77, or would have been released back in 77. It was released in 23 and was recorded in 77. It was supposed to be an album that came out that year, but they scrapped it. They scrapped the album. And some of the songs ended up on some of his other albums. Some of the better songs here and there. You'll see a couple of these tracks you'll know because they were on other albums. And some of them will reappear when I do other albums here as well. But I do like this collection. If this had been an album by him, if it had come out as an album back in 77, it probably would be among my favorite albums. As it is, it's among my favorite albums. So there are a total of 12 tracks on this album in total. It leads off with Pocahontas. Too Far Gone is on here as well. Like a Hurricane is also on here. Powderfinger is on here. Look Out for My Love is also on here. Just some really solid stuff on here. There's a nice kind of drawing of the album as well. I think that's the side of his head, pretty sure. And then you got a picture of him in here when this album was recorded. So clearly it was a while ago. So I will give you certain aspects on every one of these episodes. The first one will be the release date. This was released August the 11th, 2023. I forgot I had wrote it there. I wouldn't be looking for it on the book, right? Released August 11th, 2023. Like I said, an album released back in 1977. Personnel on this. So it features Neil Young, Ben Keith, Frank Sampedro, Talbot, and Tim Drummond is also on here. And that also includes members of Crazy Horse. Not Crazy Horse. What was the name of the band? I can't remember the name of the band. I think I would have wrote it here. I thought I did, but I don't see it. So other ones included Ralph Molina, Carl Himmel, and Emmylou Harris doing vocals on this as well. Solid album. And in that time period, sometimes he used other bands as backing musicians for some songs as well. He was known for that. My favorite track off of the album is Pocahontas. But there's a few others on here I like quite a bit and probably could have chose, but I like the version of Pocahontas here. It's really good, solid song. And the reason I like this album is because it brings together a sound of songs that are spaced out on other albums, but you can tell that once you put them all together, you can tell they kind of belong all together on one album. That's part of the reason I like it. It's got a typical kind of Neil Young feel to it. It's more acoustic than electric, but there are some electric moments on it. Powderfinger is on here, fantastic tune as well. Yeah, these are all songs that I think would have been better if they could have included them all together on the same album. Anyways, that's my first album of the series. We'll be doing more Neil Young stuff, of course, over the next 4 episodes. And so I've kind of arranged these, in case people are curious, in my least favorite of these albums to my most favorite. So this one is my least favorite of the 4, but still, it's in my top 5 here, so it's still pretty good. There are a couple of albums that I had waged with myself whether I wanted to include them or not, but you can only have 5 in a 5-issue series. So I decided to back off on those 2, and I'll talk about those kind of at the end when I'm doing the last episode. In addition to this, thing about this album I like is it's because they've redone it now after all these years. You obviously enhanced it, and up the sound and everything is really good on the album. I think if you are looking for something recent but old from him, this is a good choice. A good choice. I can't remember what I paid for this, but I'm pretty sure that it was about $15 or so. So, once again, the album is called, see if I can get it there so you can see it, Chrome Dreams by Neil Young. And I guess it's considered now his 46th album release. Yeah, he's got a lot. And he continues to be prolific in his music writing. And like a lot of things about Neil Young, there is a hit and miss. Most of the stuff is a hit. A lot of his stuff is really good. Some of his stuff is okay. And then he's got a few that are maybe not so good. But this isn't one of them. So that's my take on episode 1. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to make any comments about anything I've said, you can do that in the comment section below. If you want, you can hit the like and subscribe, as that helps my channel. And we will see you all for episode 2 tomorrow. Well, good thing I'm stopping now because my voice is starting to go. Anyways, take care. Have yourself a good one, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.